What's up, guys? Welcome back. So as you guys seen on the last video, we got the engine in, everything else pretty much situated, and everything was aligned correctly as far as getting it ready for the next stage. So now what I really want to concentrate on today is getting the engine harness put on, the thermostat housing, the oil return plate for the timing chain cover. I want to get that installed, along with pretty much getting all the radiators set up installed also. I'm still in the need of an alternator, so I'm waiting to see what I can do about that. I did find one on Marketplace. It's an OEM one for a pretty good deal, but I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get it cheaper because, you know, I want a cheaper one. I don't want to pay full price. But again, who does, right? What else? I'm gonna go ahead and put the axles on. I gotta get the drive shaft connected, and hopefully we can make a little bit more progress today on getting the car hopefully fired up today. My goal is to get the car fired up in this video. So let's go ahead and continue making progress, get the engine harness put on, and move on from the next stage. All right, guys, so as you guys seen on the time lapse, engine harness is all installed and everything else. I just got to run the VSS down there and then install it onto the fire plate right there. Other than that, it's all tucked up and out of the way to how I wanted it. There's some stuff that still needs to be kind of checked, like this one goes to the air temp, so that needs to be put on. I still haven't been able to figure out where that other vacuum line goes to, so still trying to figure it out, but nonetheless, we'll go ahead and get that situated here shortly. So let me go ahead and go under the car real quick, get the axles put on, downpipe, and the drive shaft, and get all that situated, so that way I don't gotta go back under there pretty much anymore, and we can move on to the side plate. All right, guys, so I didn't want to record it, so I got the axles in. You can see axles are in now. Downpipe is situated, and so is the drive shaft. So all that is been connected, been tightened down. So pretty much we're golden from that point on. So what I need to do now is actually put on, you can see the tensioner right there. So I got to put the plate on for the return, get that put on. And I also forgot, thank God I noticed it, that I forgot to put the damn bolt for the crank sensors. So let's go ahead and get a bolt on that, and then pretty much keep making progress, man. All right, guys, so right here we have the new plate. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain to you guys the reason why I switched over. So on this one right here, it has the countersunk screws, or the Allen wrench ones, and they were pretty much stripped out. So I ended up opting for a different one because this one actually takes a bolt instead of an Allen wrench, and I don't want to keep stripping these shits out, tightening them, or barely even adding any sort of tightness to it, and they end up pretty much stripping. So I don't like them. It's just like a lot of the other hardware. I hate it. So I figured let's go ahead and just order a new one, get that out of the way. And it looks like they sent me the wrong freaking one. Since mine is a -10, this is not a -10, and you can easily see this is not gonna freaking work. So I'm gonna go ahead and return this one now and see if we can get the new one on, and hopefully, actually, let me go ahead and check something real quick. I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys, so looks like we are actually gonna be in luck. So how can I say which one is it? So this one right here, I believe this is the fitting. Either way, they share the same fitting. It is gonna seal up, so we should be golden there. I was kind of confused because this one actually has a bigger opening all the way around. It's not compressed down to like a -8 or a -6, and this one is actually compressed down to like, or not compressed, but it has a smaller flare to a -6. So that was the reason why I was kind of confused on what was going to work, if it was going to work or not. But we should be golden. So I'm gonna go get this installed real quick. I'm gonna tighten this down and let's go get it installed, and hopefully we should be golden. I'm not sure if I'm gonna I might add a little bit of Honda Bond to it just to help secure it and seal it up a little bit more, because this bushing kind of seems flimsy compared to the other one that was in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to make the best out of it, put some Honda Bond, and we should be ready to rock and roll, guys. So let's get it. I know I should be getting up right now, but I'm not gonna lie, kind of lazy. But okay, let's get it. Just want to make sure the seal is on. Alrighty, guys. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's been a struggle. Trying to put on the housing from the timing chain went on like nothing. Trying to get the GAM oil return line on was a hassle for myself because I had it on backwards. I had to try to remove everything, and then from there trying to fit the dump tube back onto this turbo. Even though it's sharing the same manifold, for some reason it's just a lot tighter in there. The line for the coolant, for the return or to the feed for the turbo, I had to take it off. It was a lot of back and forth, yelling, bullshit, getting frustrated. So I managed to still get it done, but right now I need to take a break from the car. My daughter's home from school, and I need to help her with a project. She asked if I can help her, so I'm gonna go ahead and help her. Also, I need to get the new thermostat housing put on. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be running the thermostat itself. Okay, this is a new thermostat housing that I got, cheap Amazon one. It's just way better than the other one, brand new at least, and it didn't cost really anything. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is remove the thermostat housing, but it's gonna have to wait until tomorrow because I don't have the pliers to pull out the thermostat to remove the C-clip. I need to go get them from Harbor Freight, so I'm gonna go buy some tomorrow, get that taken care of so we can get this installed, and then from there, hopefully we can start putting in the rest of the stuff. I'm gonna end up hitting up Jose. Jose said he had an alternator, so I'm gonna see if he can either drop it off and I'll pay him for it, or figure it out. If not, we'll have to pick up on it over the weekend. I'm trying to get all that situated so that we can put the alternator in, because I need to get that in order to be able to put the radiator, because it's too tight of a fitment to be able to squeeze it out after. So let me go ahead and try to figure all this out, and we'll pick up once we find a solution to everything and once I'm done helping my daughter out. Alrighty, guys, so pretty much, guys, I went to Harbor Freight, picked up the tool that I needed, and honestly I already did it. I already took out the thermostat out of the housing. Kind of debating whether I should just drill into it, because this is a 82 Celsius I guess thermostat, so I don't know what's really in here. So I don't know if I want to run that chance. We did have temperature issues here and there, and I want to make sure that we really don't have any, because now it's gonna be a bigger turbo. There's a lot more airflow in the front of the car now, as you guys know, no more AC. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and run with the decision of not to run a thermostat. I really don't need it here in California. You know, a lot of people tend to still need it or whatever, but I really don't need it. So hopefully this works and this helps me. So let's go ahead and get the temperature switch put on from the old one and swapped over to this one. Put a little bit of Teflon tape on all these screws to make sure we prevent any leaking from it. I am gonna put a little bit of Honda Bond on it to help give it that extra security. I know it's not needed, but I'm doing it for my sake because I've had a lot of leaks with this car before. I cleaned the engine bay, I cleaned the engine, and I don't want any more leaks. I don't want to deal with leaks, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and we'll get this installed. I'm only adding a little bit of this just so that way it will give it a better seal. Because again, I don't want no leaks. in my engine bay, and I want things to try to go as smooth as possible. So I'm gonna do this to every single one of these fittings, install it, and hope for the best, man. So scared the shit out of me leaving those wrench things on. All right, guys, so thermostat is in now, and only thing holding me back from going any further is actually the damn alternator, man. I'm gonna go to see if I can go pick up the one from Jose today, and that I can continue making progress on it, because I really need that alternator. I can put the old one on there, but I'm pretty sure it's going to do the same thing, and I can always swap it out later on. But I would rather do it right this time and have it done correctly, instead of having to finesse it later on and try to pull it back out and go on and so forth. You know what I mean? So I need to still put the traction bars on, or the rear arms to go to the A arms, the lower A arms, or the lower control arms. So the torsion rods, I need to put those in, so that we can pretty much complete everything else. I already showed you guys, you know, everything's already done. All of that is buttoned up, you know, lower ball joint, everything is tightened up. So a little bit of progress is still being made, but now it's just alternator, cooling system, intercooler, and then fab up that last piece to go here to the turbo. Alrighty, guys, so pretty much it's been a day or so, so welcome back. As you guys can see, the car is finally off the jack stands and on the floor. So I've slowly maintained progress on this car, trying to keep things going. Unfortunately, I had to do some other stuff for the family, you know, take care of our other cars that we have, and do oil changes and make sure they're all serviced and ready for the week or for the month, or so on and so forth. So I've been doing that off camera, but I have maintained a little bit of progress here and there on the car. As you guys can see, again, it's on the floor. Made sure all the bolts and nuts were tightened. They all have cotter pins, so that way anything will not come loose, and hopefully everything will stick and stay and not, you know, interfere with any of the driving. Aside from that, spark plugs have been installed already. They've been gapped. Everything's in there already, ready to rock and roll. And also, huge shout out to the homie. I believe his name is Watson. I met him a couple of months ago because of his kids. His kids are into Hondas. They're building, you know, Honda's also, I guess one of the sons building an EK hatch with the K swap, and then the other son has an automatic EK D16Y7 with a turbo kit on it, and he runs it like that, you know, small PSI. He's just having fun, he's learning it. And I actually hit him up because he's actually local to me, and he is a welder by trade, and I really needed his help and his input, see if he can help me, guide me in how to weld on a V-band onto thicker material, because I'm not really good with all that. And he came down, decided to go ahead and knock it out, and you can see now the turbo has a V-band welded onto it. So we're a step closer on that, and on the next video, guys, we're gonna go ahead and have to modify the lower charge pipe piece, and hopefully be 100% ready for the dyno, because everything on the car is already pretty much buttoned up. I just got to put fluids in it, you know, bleed the system on it, and make sure all temps are good. So yeah, everything is going smooth, you know, as possible. I am waiting for an alternator still, so hopefully tomorrow or the next day should be able to pick that up from Jose, or if not, go get a brand new one that I found online and see if I can just get that one. But we'll see how far we go, guys. So let's go ahead and just at least put some oil in it right now, get that done and taken care of, along with the synchro mesh, and make a little bit more progress still, you know, as we progress. And this is what I run, guys. I run the Valvoline 2050 V1 VR1. It's just what was recommended to me. A lot of people will run a cheaper weight oil because they're gonna go on the dyno or whatever. I've been told you can run the same thing, still use it, wait till its next dyno tune, and you're ready to rock and roll. I am gonna put 5.5 quarts, possibly 6, because I gotta make up for what's gonna be going into the turbo also. So just heads up. Alrighty guys, so I ended up pretty much putting fluid into the transmission. I put 2 things of synchro mesh in it. That way, hopefully that helps us out. It is usually recommended. I've been told not to use it. I've been told to use it by Dana. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a chance on it. Hopefully that helped me out with my gears. Aside from that, I ended up putting oil into the car. Already has the spark plugs gapped and everything already put in. And what we're gonna go ahead and do now is remove the feed line from the turbo here, and we're gonna put it in a little container, start cranking it, see if we get oil. Once we get oil pressure, then we're gonna go ahead and turn it over so that way we don't damage it. And then on the next video, we'll probably go ahead and start doing the rest of the charge pipe that we need to get done, fill it up with the rest of the fluids, and hopefully be ready for the dyno. All right guys, so we have the battery hooked up, terminals onto the battery from the Integra. Hopefully we can crank this over and get oil pressure into the turbo. So let's go ahead and see what it does. Hopefully that builds some oil pressure. If we do, there's actually no oil coming out of it, man. What the hell? All right, false alarm. Turbo has oil pressure now, so we know it has pressure, so we're gonna go ahead and connect that now. Battery is dying, so again, I'm gonna have to take the battery out again or connect everything and see if we can get a few of it to turn over, plug the injectors in, and hopefully we can get it started. So fingers crossed, guys. I just want the first start of this video so we can cap out today's video. Hopefully there's enough battery so we can start today's car. Vacuum leak here, but let's go ahead, turn off the car because there's no fluid in the car, and I want to make sure stop anything from happening in this car. Man, oh man, oh man, you guys don't know how stoked I am to finally have this car running, man. It's been a miserable for myself of 2 months of not having this car running and just seeing it in my garage and hearing it start up again with the new turbo and just hearing the car turn on is absolutely joyful, I guess you could say, to my ears. It really did suck, guys, not having this car, wanting to give up on it, and having my wife having my back and push me forward to get this car done, so that I can at least drive it again. Huge shout out to her first and foremost for just pushing me out and getting shit done. And also a huge shout out to Dana and also Jose for all the support, helping me get the motor in. Dana for helping me, guide me on timing the engine, making sure valve lash was done right, and guiding me on how to do it because the B series and the K series are different. So I want to make sure I did things correctly. And by the sounds of it, it looks like everything was done correctly. Car started up with no hesitation. And it looks like the car is going to be ready here soon for Armin to go ahead and tune it again. I do tune on the 22nd, so I'm very stoked for that. I got to do a final, nut and bolt check, vacuum leak test, make sure everything is 100% because I don't want the same thing to happen as last time, the previous times we went to the dyno. So hopefully the future looks a lot brighter, and we'll be back out in the street with Gumby, man. But again, huge shout out to everybody, and thank you guys for the support and just pushing me forward to continue these videos. I'm trying to get better at the videos, and hopefully you guys see that. Please let me know down in the comments what you guys think, because I do want to hear you guys' opinion. And hopefully on the next video we get the charge pipes fabricated, get everything buttoned up as I stated, because we got to start taking the engine to my builder so that way we can start that process also. We are going for a big number on that one, and hopefully, I mean a bigger number, not a big number, because I know I won't be able to compete in the 1,000 horsepower and stuff like that. I don't have the money for that. But with the new motor, I do want to try to get anywhere from 650 to 700 horsepower. Relatively, I want to stay around 650, give or take. And if I can stick around that and I can get that, then I'll be 100% satisfied with it. And with this motor, it is a temporary motor. I'm hoping anywhere from, 500 to 550, give or take, came it down to 500. And as long as I have that 500 compared to the 460, I know we're doing good. This turbo should be able to do that with no problems. And on the bigger motor, hopefully we can get to 650, man. I really truly pray that I can get there with no issues, and the new motor will handle that safely, and we can actually get out there and have a lot more fun at the track, because I've already stated it multiple times. It was actually very, very calming going to the track, having fun, killing with all the homies, even going to these Mexico races. It's something I want to get out there and do, and I do got a big surprise for you guys to come here shortly. Once this car is done, I'll show you guys what we have, but yeah, you guys are gonna have to wait for that time. But with that being said, guys, that is gonna wrap it for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video, and if you guys did, please comment, like, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of Gumby coming back. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think this car is gonna put down. It is a 3584 stock K24, no ARP head studs, literally just an oil pump conversion. So let me know, guys. But with that being said, guys, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Till next time. Gumby is running.